All right, so today we are going to be going over threat modeling, and we'll just skim through it. So first, you have task one, the introduction to threat modeling, and how you're going to be using different threat modeling frameworks to map out how an adversary may gain access to your network. Let's go to task two here, threat modeling overview. So of course, in order to have risk, you need a threat and a vulnerability that can be exploited. Also, there has to be a potential that that will occur, and it's just going over that here. Threat modeling could help you identify those vulnerabilities that a threat may exploit, and then try to develop some type of countermeasures to prevent that from occurring. It's also a good way of knowing about the adversary's TTPs. So what is a weakness or flaw in a system, application, or process that can be exploited by a threat that is a vulnerability based on providing high-level methodology? What is the process of developing diagrams to visualize the organization's architecture and dependencies? That's asset identification. And what diagram describes analysis of potential threats against a system or application attack tree. And moving forward, what I'll do is I'll kind of speak to it and then just hover over anything you may want to see. But that was just a quick overview. So next we have the minor attack framework, which is used to map out the cyber adversary's behavior and tactics. And it's completely free. You can access it right now. Looks like we are accessing it from the target machine for threat modeling. Okay, so we have to start the attack box. And once that's started, we can then access this website here. Kind of expand this out. Give that a second. But here we're learning about the different APT procedure examples. Here we've got recommended security measures and best practice to protect against certain techniques, certain ways to detect these techniques, and then some references. All right, scroll down a little bit. What is technique ID of exploit public-facing applications? Let's see if they provide that up here. Exploit public applications. You can see that that ID is actually in this picture, T1190. That's the tactic right there that is used, or technique, I should say. All right. Under what tactic does the technique belong? Right. And this is initial access. That's the tactic. All right, moving on. Task 4, mapping the attack navigator. So the attack navigator can be accessed by going to this site here, and allows you to see some overlays on how they initiate these tactics, in which order they may initiate them, and sub-techniques as well. Here we get an overview of the threat groups that you can use to parse through the information, and see tactics used by certain threat groups. And we can look at a specific technique and get more information by hovering over it. And there's ways to filter, expanding sub-techniques, annotating techniques, could highlight them and put comments. Scoring allows you to score them. Okay, that's interesting. Scoring metrics using the attack navigator. Here it talks about a few APTs out there. Right. And organizations. Interesting. Okay. And we'll go ahead and access the site now. Come up here, Firefox up. All right, Firefox is open. Scroll back up here. Okay, we create a new one, chose enterprise. They have different attack frameworks for mobile as well, but we're using this one. And what are we looking for? Okay. How many MITRE attack techniques are attributed to APT 33? Okay, so APT 33, try to expand this out. I can't really. Okay, it's fine. All right, what we'll do is we'll open this in a new window if it allows me to. Or maybe it allows me to move this. All right, let me figure this one out. All right, if you see on the very right side, you'll see a magnifying glass, and if you expand that, it has a search option here. We can type APT33 without any spaces, and when we select this here, you should see that information. Click view. All right, so here's APT33. Looks like they're a South Korean group, and asking what again? How many techniques are attributed to them? And here you can see all the techniques listed out. There's quite a few. Are these softwares? Okay. So let me see if I could get a count. Another way to see that is if you see APT23, you click select. Up here in the right corner, you'll see it says the deselect X icon, and it says 31 techniques. So that gives you your count. Next question is asking about IaaS, and there is a way to pull up that information for IaaS. Let me see here. So you got to look at the platform. And the platform's the one with the little three icons. This one. You can't see it, so let me move over here. So this is the platform icon. So if you click here, you can see they have an option for IaaS. So we'll just deselect all of the other ones, and we'll only see IaaS here. It's pretty cool. All right, so for IaaS, let's see how many we have. It says 31, but that looks like far less than 31. So let me just do a count real quick. Put this back up here. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's try 6. Oh, actually, no, this is probably is 31 then. Let me check it. Nope, it's not 31. So let's see if there's a way for us to do this. Technique selected. Select again. Counts. Oh, actually, it says upon applying the IaaS platform filter, how many techniques are under the discovery tactic? This is the discovery tactic, and there's 13 techniques underneath it, so that should be 13. Let's see. And that worked. All right, next we will be taking a look at the next framework, and that's going to be for task 5, Dread. So the Dread framework, and you can read through it. I'm going to use the power of video editing to stop the video and then resume the video as I try to figure stuff out. Oh, right. So dread. Dread is just a way that you can try to qualify, not quantify, but um, look at a vulnerability and try to do some type of risk assessment model like they mentioned here for damage, row, how can you um, reproduced it, and exploitability affected user discoverability, and it provides you some examples here. So based off that, you can score it and kind of get, yeah, I guess you can get that um, quantitative, you know, score instead of something that's more subjective. But here, what damage does what dread component assesses the potential harm for successful exploitation of a vulnerability. We know if a vulnerability is successfully exploited, that causes some type of damage. What dread component evaluates how others can easily find and identify the vulnerability, discoverability, so if you can find it, and which dread component considers the number of impacted users when vulnerability is exploited. That's the affected users. So that's the framework there. I think it's a pretty good one if you've got, let's say you don't have a CSS for a vulnerability and you want to just kind of quantify what that would be, then I guess you could use Dread. So, okay, so what foundational information security concepts does Stride build upon? CIA triad. What policy does information disclosure violate? Confidentiality. Which Stride component involves unauthorized modification or manipulation of data, tampering, and which Stride component refers to the disruption of system availability? That's denial of service. Let's go ahead and start this view website. All right, so we go ahead and move this over here and click around and see what we're supposed to do here. Huh, you're late. Special meeting. I think I'll just click through this and let's see here. How can you provide an overview of the application architecture? Sure. Application user dashboard, search functionality, payment. Got to coordinate with the other team members to understand more about this in the backend infrastructure, sites. Okay. Information security. I can help you identify potential threats and vulnerabilities to organization, including all of its infrastructure and internal infrastructure. Our web applications and its infrastructure can be targeted through threat actors with typical external attacks such as DOS, SQL injection, brute force, or credentials, generation, or exposed assets. Got it. Next, network infrastructure. Can you provide me some information regarding the internal network infrastructure, including servers and maintain employees? We maintain servers such as database servers, firewalls, mail servers, file network servers. Although we are still working with the logging functionality for these servers. In addition, most of the workstations, the employees are using Windows 10s, and we are pushing to have an automated way of setting security updates to these assets. All right, take none of that. Cafe. Where's my cafe? It's good. Time for a break. Remember, we need to finish your work before 5 p.m. Okay. Huh. Okay. Oops. It seems like you had a late submission. Please restart. Okay. All right. So you just want me to click through these. Can I just skip this and just go to the last one? Don't want to click on all these. I think I already missed it. It says visited. Wow. Okay. Oh, I see. So you can't go to the cafe as the CO room, and you have to get through all of them from 11 to 4. Okay. I was a little confused. I'm like, well, what the heck's going on here? All right, so the next one. Project planning, structure. Yeah. CO room. Okay. Skip that one. Cafe. Skip that one. Click here on the stride. Oh, that is it. So if we go here, then we get in trouble. Okay, I'm not quite understanding what the ask is here. It's just like click through it and then You can't go to the cafe. You can't go to the CEO's room. All right. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to. Oh, system architect. I guess I didn't see this one, did I? I thought I did. Yeah, I did. Network infrastructure. Didn't I visit this one? Prepare a presentation. Okay, so you go through all of them. Mark an applicable stride component for each use case. Insecure web application functionality leading to SQL injection. So, insecure web application functionality to SQL injection. That would be tampering. I'd say that'd be information disclosure, maybe. Let's see. Does this have any information on that? SQL injection, tampering, and information disclosure. Yep. Insecure AWS, EC2, S3, RDS without load balancers. All right, so that'd be denial of service, information disclosure. Yeah, actually, it's just information disclosure. No, it doesn't say that. Insecure AWS infrastructure without load balancers. Accessing public cloud. I think it's going to be information disclosure for sure without load balancers. Denial of service. I think denial of service might be one of them. Let's see. Mail server with no logging enabled. So with no logging enabled. So, I think it's this one. Unpatched employee workstation. Yeah. Tampering. Privilege escalation. Evaluation privileges. Employee workstations. Tampering, yeah. Ongoing phishing campaign is targeting employees and attackers were able to obtain internal information. Immediate actions are being taken to remediate the incidents. Secure skill injection. Huh. Skill injection, tampering, and information disclosure. To information disclosure. Denial of service. With no logging enabled. I'm just going to choose what we have here, I guess. Unpatched employees, workstation. Okay, that worked. Okay, copy, scroll down, enter, paste. Correct. That was pain. So next we have, what is the PASA framework? This one's a little bit long, and read through it and do the exercise really quick. Okay, uh, based off of what was said above, came to the following conclusion, but this is a way of essentially what we just did, seven step methodology, except here it's more of you defining your objectives, technique, scope, decompose the application, analyze threats, vulnerability, weakness analysis, analyze attacks, and risk and impact analysis. And as you're doing that, you're getting a good understanding of your processes. So we'll go ahead and start this exercise. View sites should spin up. Here's the exercise. It's for pasta. All right. All right, cool. So same thing, can't go into the cafe. Okay, we need to work with some peoples to identify critical assets. Huh, wow. Okay. No one is here. What? What do I do next? System architecture. I need to understand how the online banking works. I think we go to, I guess, the software development. Or is it the system? No, it's a system architecture, network infrastructure. I think it'd be the software development team. Gosh, dang it. Okay, we'll go talk to information security. All right, almost done. Last thing I need to do is someone who can provide the potential impacts of the identified risk to our organization. I guess that would be the network infrastructure. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? It's dumb. Oh boy. Almost done with my work. The last thing I need to do is someone who can provide the potential impacts of the identified risks to our organization. What? Provide the potential impacts of identified risk. I think that's business people, wouldn't that? It's not CEO. No, it's this one. Talk to the business people. Okay. Do the. All right. So let's create a presentation. All right. Protecting the user's information. I think it's this one. Which component of the application did the lead developer highlight? Something like that. Oh man, if you get this, you did something wrong. Hmm. I guess it'd be this SQL injection text, right? maybe it was social engineering. I don't remember which one it was. Uh, so I'm gonna go with this one. Oh my gosh. All right. All right. So I chose SQL injection. I chose brute force. I haven't chose social engineering. Yes, we got the flag. I had to brute force this answer. That's what I had to do. Jesus. All right. Conclusion. Conclusion is, let's see here. Summary. All right. I'm just going to click this. We're gonna see the confetti drop. Yeah, where's the confetti at? Yes. All right. Hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. It was pretty long, but got through it. All right. Danny out.